Later, Jimmy Fallon welcomes Michelle Williams, NBC Tonight.
This can't be happening. I was supposed to leave home.
What is going on?
Everything's changed.
I can't protect him.
Blake, you're the only man with a steal.
This is my final battle steal button. I'm just waiting for the perfect moment. I'm going to make it count. We got a steal!
Live on NBC 12, this is News Watch 12 at 10.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 10. I'm Jessica Jukage. A local senior center has a new building to call home. Over the past 7 years, the Langley County Senior Center has grown to more than 430 members, and Monday they opened their new location. News Watch 12's Nick Van Zyl has more on that new location.
We grew from 80 to over 430 members in a little under 2 years, and we ran out of space.
The Langley County Senior Center has a new home on Edison Street.
It's for the elderly, well, as myself. And once I walked in the door, I knew I was hooked.
President Kubacki is one of many people who volunteer their time to make sure seniors in Langley County have a place to gather and socialize.
We're the only senior center in the state of Wisconsin that is not backed by a community or something like that.
Board members Lois Jones and Sue Tews say they had about 6 weeks to figure out how to fund the purchase once the building was available.
We sent out letters. We had a crew that went and personally talked to business owners to have them support us. The city and the county have supported us. Our membership has been amazing in their support of us.
Kubacki says funds came together quickly and the nonprofit was able to purchase the building and begin the remodel.
Every time we said we needed something, somebody provided it. It was just amazing.
Volunteers worked long hours making sure the facility was ready and everything was moved.
Everything that we had in the other building is here. We are going to start with our normal programming that we did in the other building.
Programming like a daily social hour and exercise classes are scheduled regularly, but the organization hopes to expand to provide support groups and even educational speakers.
They just had a vision and a dream, and this is like a dream come true.
Reporting in Antigo, Nick Van Zyl, Newswatch 12.
Thank you, Nick. Conrad, it's spring. We should be warming up, but we're so close to the #1 snowiest winter on record.
I know. We're only 3.8 inches away. Jessica, what do you think? You think we're going to reach it? Maybe?
I think we could.
I think we could. I want to be optimistic, say we are going to get that #1 spot. And then guess what? What's coming next week? 60. So taking a look on our graphics, we could see that #1 spot. It is only beginning of April, and that means spring is finally arriving, but maybe a false spring. Never know. No, I'm just kidding. It's definitely going to warm up very quickly. In a week and a half, we're looking at maybe 60s, but we still have quite a ways to go until we actually close the door on the winter season. There's another winter storm really brewing right now by Salt Lake City, and that's going to make its way up like this. So into northern Minnesota, really, really heavy snow, close to 2 feet in some spots, blizzard conditions. It's kind of what we had a couple of days ago, but now it's going to be a little bit more north and west of Rhinelander, and it's going to look pretty calm. We are going to get some freezing rain, though. That's why we have some winter weather advisories out till around 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Now, temperatures are cooling down as well. We did have some 40s earlier today. We are back in those mid-30s. Tonight, we're going to continue to cool off, hovering in those mid-20s. Jessica?
Thank you, Conrad. Conservatives have controlled the Wisconsin Supreme Court for the last 15 years, but that could change tomorrow. The race comes at a critical time. An abortion ban challenge is working its way to the court, and a likely upcoming challenge to the Republican-drawn legislative maps. Spending for Wisconsin's Supreme Court race is the most in the nation's history for a state court race by a wide margin. Spending has topped $42 million, nearly triple the previous national court record for a court race. Spending has been in favor of Milwaukee County Judge Janet Protasiewicz, with the Democratic-backed candidate having a roughly $6 million advantage. The winner in Tuesday's election between Protasiewicz and Dan Kelly will determine a majority control of the court. The winner will also set majority control of the court ahead of the 2024 presidential election. The current court came one vote short of overturning President Joe Biden's win in Wisconsin in 2020. The state Democratic Party chair was knocking on doors in Rhinelander today, trying to get out the vote for Janet Protasiewicz. Ben Wickler spoke with the Oneida County Democratic Party volunteers this morning. In the 2020 state Supreme Court race, Dan Kelly won Oneida County by just 37 votes, while going on to lose the state by 10 percentage points. Wickler said he expects this year's race to be close.
You know, Wisconsin is a state where elections can come down to less than one vote per precinct across the state. So whether you're in the North Woods or in Southwest Wisconsin, every vote counts.
Wickler also knocked on doors in Stevens Point and Baraboo today. He said he's met a lot of people excited to vote for Janet Protasiewicz.
Janet Protasiewicz is a lifelong public servant, a 25-year prosecutor, has won awards for her community involvement, her work as a victims' rights advocate, and as a judge, versus Dan Kelly, whose work really is as a political operative.
After losing in 2020, Dan Kelly worked for the Republican Party of Wisconsin and the Republican National Committee. The spring election is tomorrow, and polls are open between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. Governor Tony Evers signed his first bill of his second term today. The law is designed to prevent reckless driving. The Republican-authored bill will allow local governments to impound repeat reckless drivers' vehicles. If the driver has a prior reckless driving citation and hasn't paid the penalty for that offense. Evers said dangerous behavior is putting people at risk across the state.
It sends a message from my vantage point from the people of Wisconsin to people that would think about being reckless drivers that if you don't pay attention, you're not going to have a vehicle.
The legislation is part of a Republican push to crack down on reckless driving around the state, but particularly in Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Police Department issued 497 citations for reckless driving in 2022. That's up 32% from 2021. A fake emergency weather alert went out over text message Friday telling voters not to elect Janet Protasiewicz. Some southern Wisconsin voters received the text messages around 2 p.m. on Friday as parts of their area were placed under tornado watches. The text message included a video that used alert tones and a scratchy radio voice found on official emergency alerts aired on television and radio. After 3 beeps, a voice said, quote, "This is a state of Wisconsin voter alert. Attention citizens, our Second Amendment rights are under attack by Judge Janet Protasiewicz." The video would likely violate federal law if broadcasted on television, according to the FCC. What was less clear late Friday is whether it's allowed to be transmitted via text message. FCC regulations prohibit the use of sound intended to mimic an emergency alert. The Democratic Party of Wisconsin filed a complaint Saturday with the FCC over the text. Marshfield's Economic Development Board and Main Street Marshfield have announced the city's 2023 Facade and Interior Conversation Program. $70,000 has been designated for facade and building improvements within the boundaries of downtown Marshfield. The program will provide a matching grant for exterior and interior work on eligible properties upon completion of the approved work. Funds provided under the grant may be up to a maximum of 50% of the total project cost with a maximum amount of $40,000. Application forms are available at Marshfield City Hall or the City of Marshfield's website. Applications are due by May 19th. Safety is the #1 priority for the Anago Fire Department, and they ensure that they recently bought new equipment to help make transporting children by ambulance easier. Ambulance cots are often designed to fit a wide range of people, but they don't often fit pediatric patients very well. In previous years, the department used a car seat to transport children for emergencies. Assistant Chief Corey Smith says due to the new size of their new state-of-the-art equipment, it will be much easier for first responders to access.
One of the most glaring differences is the amount of space it takes up within the compartments of our ambulances. So oftentimes these vehicles get packed full of the tools and equipment that we need to do our jobs, so space can be a premium in an ambulance.
The emergency child restraints can hold children from 4 pounds up to 110 pounds. The new equipment also follows a color code emergency system that staff are already used to.
And I think the biggest difference is that knowing we will have a consistent method of properly securing children to our cot for years to come can put a lot of our parents at ease when it comes to transporting their child if they need to in an ambulance.
The Antigo Fire Department believes the equipment will make a great impact on the community. Record snowfall is helping a ski resort in the Upper Peninsula. We'll have a recap of their season after weather with Conrad right here on Newswatch 12.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
Some numbers simply have more meaning than others. After an accident, there's one critical number. The number that helps you get your life back by factoring in your needs for today and tomorrow. That's where Habish & Rotier's numbers really add up. With over 90 years of client successes and 13 offices to help you wherever you are. Trust Habish Personal Injury Attorneys to get the number that's right for you. Call now.
Get 11% off your bathroom projects at Menards. Max has more than 1,000 shower doors, bathtubs, and showers to add luxury and style to your life. Get a Saks freestanding bathtub for $699.98 after rebate. Finish your renovation with a Mica shower faucet. This all-in-one faucet includes a rainfall and handheld shower head, giving you a spa-like experience. Now just $199.97 after 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
A person is known by the company they keep. Who are Judge Janet Protasewitz's friends? Predatory abortion profiteers. The type of savages that support late-term abortions that cause excruciating pain and stop a beating heart. And they want you, the taxpayer, to foot the bill. Janet Protasewicz and her bloodthirsty comrades don't care about Wisconsin's values. They care about making money, killing babies. Vote Dan Kelly on April 4th.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
And welcome back, folks. It is April 3rd. It's Monday, but it still feels like winter. We do have 25 inches of snow on the ground right now. And this is as of yesterday. I did check just now. We are at around 22, 23 inches, still close to 2 feet of snow on the ground right now. But look at Wausau, around 3 inches. So just south of Wausau, pretty much nothing. There's another strong low pressure system developing right now in the west. Salt Lake City making its way like this into South Dakota, North Dakota, and northern Minnesota. Lots of heavy snow, folks. We're looking at 2 feet and blizzard conditions in North Dakota. Same thing in northern Minnesota. For us, though, we're going to be on the warmer end, though. The warmer end means a bit more rain. So we will have some freezing rain and some more rain into Wednesday. Right now, though, it is pretty clear. We do have just a few clouds, a little bit of rain down south by Adams County and going into the Milwaukee area as well. Some stronger bands of actually thunderstorms, I'd say, are moving on into the Milwaukee area, into northern Illinois as well. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to get some initial snow in the afternoon hours, but a quick transition into a wintry mix and then freezing rain. So whatever does fall will be melting, and then it's going to be a slushy mix outside, and then some freezing rain, and really picking up in intensity by around 10, 11 p.m. on Tuesday. Look at all this heavy wintry precipitation, mostly freezing rain. And then by the coast and by Green Bay and south of Wausau, looking at all rain. But we're all going to get rain as temperatures continue to rise overnight, actually. We're going to start out with temperatures close to freezing. And then by the morning hours on Wednesday, temperatures will be in the upper 30s. And then maybe even in the 40s later in the day. By noon, that's going to be our high temperature. Then cold air rolls back in on the backside, and we might actually have some flurries here in the Northwoods all the way up into the UP. Same story into the Wausau area, and central Wisconsin might actually see a couple snowflakes as well into Wednesday night, and same thing into Thursday morning. But with this storm, we will get a lot of freezing rain. This is showing around 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain here in town. We could get up to 2/10 of an inch, and in some spots, 1/4 of an inch of freezing rain will be possible, folks. And the winds, wow, that is another thing we need to hit on. It's really going to get windy outside. Wind goes close to 45 miles per hour, and this is Tuesday. Down the board, even into Wausau, 43 mile per hour wind gusts. Anago, 48 miles per hour. This is Tuesday evening. Then it gets even stronger by Wednesday afternoon into Thursday. Once again, pretty much everybody into the UP. Down south into central Wisconsin, everyone has wind gusts 40, even 50 miles per hour. So it is really going to be windy, as that main low pressure system is going to be right over us. And that's why there's so many advisories out right now, all the way from Salt Lake City up into South Dakota, North Dakota, and northern Minnesota, where, like I said, feet of snow will be piling up. For us, a little tiny bit of snow, maybe half an inch, and then we're looking at wind shear mix and freezing rain. That's why we have a winter weather advisory out till the morning hours on Wednesday. Tonight, temperatures in the mid-20s, mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, that's that wind shear mix moving on in. It's also going to get windy. Our 7-day outlook, brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, does show 50s back by next weekend. Jessica?
Thank you, Conrad. 5 small businesses from across the state have been named as finalists for Wisconsin's annual Main Street Place Makeover Contest. And 2 of those finalists are from the Northwoods: Mary Kate's Wine Bar in Eagle River and the Brew Station in Three Lakes. The winner of the contest will receive $5,000 in matching funds to enhance outdoor space. Mary Kate's Wine Bar in Eagle River opened in 2020, and they hope to convert an alleyway into an outdoor seating area. The Brew Station opened in Three Lakes in May, and the business hopes to add more outdoor seating and create a space to host visiting food trucks. The winner will be announced in mid-April. Across the upper Midwest, temperatures are slowly trending upwards. While a few inches of snow fell for winter sports enthusiasts in Wakefield, Michigan yesterday, it was quite wet and slushy. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver explains the strong finish to the season at Snow River Mountain Resort.
Most people kind of go winter, and not so much, but here we're going, no, bring it on.
I think the only place that snowed more is in my backyard.
As winter gives way to spring, skiers and snowboarders have to wave goodbye to one of their favorite seasons to date.
The best day for us is 3 to 10 inches of fresh powder on groom.
Anybody.
And we probably had
right?
15, 18 of those this year.
And the weather has been awesome, too. February, we had more sunny days than we've had in how many seasons?
Snow River Mountain Resort's Jackson Creek held a final weekend for many, like Joey Kohegi.
What are your favorite moves out there on the mountain?
Not falling. I used to be good at one point in time. But no, favorite moves out there are hitting the train park.
It caps off a season that's emotional for some.
This will be my first season without Dad. And he's been here, he was here since 61.
Sure.
And I tried to wear all his passes today, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like it was, I couldn't even get out of the house. We're trying to wear them all, as a tribute.
Under the new ownership of Midwest Family Ski Resorts, Snow River saw steady numbers all winter long.
I grew up skiing here as a kid, back when I was in middle school, and dreamed of what this place could be. And this year was really our first go at trying to move on that potential and build it up to what it can be.
Fun times on the slopes may be the highlight, but the atmosphere keeps them coming back.
The chairlift operators, the groomers, everything else that comes with it, even inside, going to get rentals and lift tickets and everything else like that. People are just so friendly. And it's just very welcoming, and that's what I love about it.
And it doesn't hurt when the Upper Peninsula saw 30 inches above their annual average.
It's been a really good winter. We're hopeful that that pattern will continue, and next year will be just as good, if not better.
In the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, Matt Weaver, Newswatch 12.
Thank you, Matt. One Rhinelander student athlete is being recognized as best in the state. Coming up on Newswatch 12, Serenity Douglas will explain Ava Lamer's talents on and off the field.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Soon, you'll be headed to the polls to decide the future of our state. And here's my promise to you. I'll look at every case in a fair, impartial manner. And I'll follow the law and our Constitution. As a prosecutor and as a judge, I've put dangerous criminals in jail. I've fought to guard our rights and our freedom. That's exactly what I'll do on the Supreme Court. I'm Judge Janet Protasewicz, and I'm asking for your vote by April 4th.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Wausau Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our unique doctor-supervised program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back safely, naturally, and effectively. If you'd love to lose unhealthy fat without counting points or calories, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no HCG, no drugs, no hypnosis or surgery, call Wausau Weight Loss today at 715-203-8695.
Hi, I'm Janelle. I've lost 70 pounds in 30 inches. I know the secret. I feel great now after losing the 70 pounds. I can do stairs. I don't have pain through the day, through the night. As a breast cancer survivor, I knew I needed to lose the weight to prevent future health issues. I feel great, living each day with hope for my future.
For your free private weight loss consultation, call Wausau Weight Loss today at 715-203-8695. WeKnowTheSecret.com.
Coming up on your Tuesday, we'll have this week's edition of Nursing the North.
And active weather on the way. Again, a little bit of a windshield mix on the way that could include some ice. More wind to tune in on a Tuesday from 5 to 7 a.m.
The snow has cleared for the most part, but it's enough for the Rhinelander soccer team to finally have their season opener. They faced Ashland in the Hodag Dome. This will be Ashland's second game of the season so far. And in the first half, Madeline Martin finds teammate Sienna Mika, who's under heavy coverage, but she finds an opening and scores first for the Ora Dockers. Then Ashland's Hannah Botchler is blazing downfield with the Hodag on her heel, but Botchler is too quick with the kick and score. It's now 2-0. But here comes Ava Lamers sizing up the field. She kicks and scores her free kick to put the first Rhinelander point on the board. Then things get hectic at the goal line, but Ashland scores another goal in the first half and takes the game 3-1. We're staying on Rhinelander soccer, but for a specific player. Ava Lamers was awarded the Driven at Heart Scholarship that Donald Driver presented in the amount of $7,500. This was done this weekend at the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame 73rd anniversary induction ceremony. The award honors one male and one female in Wisconsin. It's based on academics, community services, and athletics. Ava also plans on attending the University of Montana. I caught up with Ava to talk about how she found out she won.
I applied earlier this year, and then over spring break, I thought I had an interview, actually, and I went on, and they had the two Cousin Subs people on there. They're like, we're waiting for one more person, and then Donald Driver came on to tell me that I'd been a winner of the scholarship.
Lamers is a senior this year, which makes the scholarship money even more important.
I graduate in a couple months, so it's getting down to the wire. It's worrying about college and paying for college, and I want to go out of state. So getting scholarships for my hard work just really helps and makes me feel very proud of what I've done.
Ava plans on joining her brother at the University of Montana. Congratulations to Ava Lamers. After a rough opening day, the Brewers have raffled off 2 straight wins. Today began their first homestand of the season. And Brewers fans were excited, and those good feelings stuck around all game long. Bottom of the third, Jesse Winker hits a single into left field. Newcomer Bryce Terang would score from second. That puts the Brewers up 1-0. Then bottom of the fourth, Brian Anderson, not the broadcaster, but the player, slams this 2-run dinger into center field. Brewers now up 3-0. But we're just getting started. If you didn't know who Bryce Terang was, here's your introduction. He hits his first ever home run with the bases loaded. That grand slam would seal it for the Crew. They win it 10-0. They host the Mets again tomorrow at 6:40 p.m. The Milwaukee Bucks had their worst loss of the season last Thursday, losing to the Boston Celtics by 41 points. Sunday night's game, the Bucks went back to their winning ways. Milwaukee beat the Philadelphia 76ers 117-104. Giannis led the way with 33 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 blocks. And there was no question he played better than Philly center Joel Embiid, who's considered by some to be the front runner in the MVP race. Giannis has won the award twice before and says winning would be nice for a third time, but it's not his goal.
Great compliment to be the most valuable player in the league. I'm happy that the last 5 years I'm able to be in that conversation. I'm happy that I'm able to be consistent. I'm happy that I'm able to help my team be great. But that's the goal. That's the only goal. Try to keep putting myself in a position to help my team be great.
With their win over the Sixers, the Bucks regained their 2-game lead over the Celtics for the best record and top spot in the Eastern Conference. There are just 4 games left in the regular season. Milwaukee heads to D.C. to take on the Wizards tomorrow at 6 p.m. More after the break.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever and get free carpet installation on any area of your home, one room, or your entire house. Only at Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale.
Our prices will floor you.
Wisconsin seniors depend on Social Security, but extremist Dan Kelly doesn't care about them. Kelly wrote that Social Security was similar to slavery. And Kelly insulted seniors by writing that those on Social Security are, quote, people who have chosen to retire without sufficient assets to support themselves. Do you want a radical like that on the Supreme Court? Dan Kelly, an extremist who doesn't care about us.
Good news. This just in. Your Ford dealers have fresh shipments of their award-winning SUV lineup in stock and ready for you to drive home today. Get your hands on a new Ford, the #1 brand in SUV owner loyalty, including Bronco Sport with standard GOAT modes and Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And now, here's more good news. Choose FlexBuy on Escape and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash.
Oh, no, I think I lost my debit card.
Okay, don't panic.
Don't panic. We're in a mall. Some stranger's probably tapping new shoes, tapping a washer-dryer combo, just tapping everything in sight.
It's okay. Just tap your phone. With BMO, you can use your phone to freeze and unfreeze a lost card.
I can?
And you can always get a new card instantly at a BMO branch.
I got my tap back.
You ever seen someone this excited about a debit card before?
Oh, yeah. Not this excited.
When a bank gives you instant peace of mind, that's the BMO effect.
Is it time to update your driveway? Contact S&B Asphalt to blacktop your driveway. An update not only looks nice, but it saves on maintenance and adds value to your property. Seal coating and blacktopping residential driveways, commercial properties, and private roads. S&B is equipped for the job. With a strong reputation as an honest company with competitive pricing, you don't need to turn anywhere else. Call S&B Asphalt today for a free estimate.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever and save $300, $600, or even $1,000 on your hard surface flooring purchase. Only at Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale.
Our prices will floor you.
A new study found poor sleep may put you at greater risk for developing asthma. UK researchers already knew that people with asthma often have sleep issues and that asthma gets worse at night. But they found poor sleep can actually cause asthma. The authors say people with a genetic predisposition and poor sleep habits were twice as likely to develop asthma than people in a low-risk group. According to the CDC, adults need at least 7 hours of sleep a night, but 1 in 3 Americans have a sleep deficit. Google is testing a price guarantee program to give people the best price when booking flights. Here's how it works. Go to Google Flights and type in where and when you want to travel. Find the trip that works best for you and book it. Google then monitors the price every day until departure. If the fare goes down, you'll get the difference back via Google Pay. The pilot program only applies to travel within the U.S., and you have to book it through Google. We'll be back with one final check of the forecast.
I'm going for Judge Janet Protas. Janet Protas.
What is it?
You don't need to know how to say Protasewicz to know that Judge Janet believes in fairness, freedom, and public safety.
Protasewicz.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful. Wow. That's our boy.
So proud.
Enjoy one of our tasty bagel sandwiches, like the steak, egg, and cheese bagel or the sausage, egg, and cheese bagel.
Sheriffs like us from around the state are supporting Daniel Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Justice Kelly's opponent, Janet Protasewicz, is a Milwaukee County judge with a long history of letting dangerous criminals back into our streets.
Directly undermining the work of our officers and putting your family at risk. We can't afford to have judges who put their own agendas above the law. It's time we start prioritizing justice again, not politics.
Vote Daniel Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. With the money we saved, we tried electric unicycles.
I think I got it.
Doggy paddle, only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Planning an exciting outdoor excursion? You need the app from the weather team you can rely on. The WJFW Weather Watch app, featuring hourly and daily forecasts, high-resolution imagery, and opt-in push alerts to let you know when severe weather approaches. With all these features, you'll know the best days to cast a line or when it will be perfect to explore the wilderness. The WJFW Weather Watch app is available in your app store now. Weather Watch 12, from where you live.
Right, check middle, on the left.
Yeah, I knew I'd win.
Are you saying
What's
something?
really happening over there?
I think you're on mute.
There's no substitute for real gaming fun. Go where fun lives. Old Chum Gaming Wittenberg.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common-sense judge. She believes in protecting our freedoms, fairness for all, and public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
Join the conversation when you're on the go. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date. Newswatch 12, from where you live.
Well, we've had a snowy winter. Second snowiest winter on record.
Yes.
Conrad, will we break it to be number one?
I think we might. I mean, it is only beginning of April. I know Serenity's
I hope not. I actually don't want it at all.
She's done with the snow.
A lot of people are, but I mean, if we're right there, might as well just hit it and then 70s, right? Like,
yeah,
I'd say hit
right
that
after.
record and then right after just 70s. So then we're back into that spring, summer flow. But there's another system on the way. This time around, though, a little bit warmer air. So a little tiny bit of snow, maybe half an inch. But then we're going to get some freezing rain and plain old rain. We do have winter weather advisories out in the area for that freezing rain, where close to 1/4 of an inch of freezing rain might be possible. Our 7-day outlook does look gorgeous. Look at the weekend. Next weekend, Saturday into Sunday, we're looking at 50s finally making a return.
Wow, 53. That's nice.
I'm
Something to
excited.
look forward to. Thank you, Conrad. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great night.
When we walk, when we reach, when we play, we're moving through life. But an estimated 80% of Americans aren't getting their recommended daily amount of physical activity. It's time to move and keep moving, America. And when you need help, physical therapists and physical therapist assistants are by your side. Because we are meant to climb, to dance, to soar, to thrive. Choose to move. Choose physical therapy.
Dan Kelly and his friends are lying about Judge Janet Protasewicz.
He wants to scare you because he can't talk about his own record.
Dan Kelly has never sentenced a single criminal to prison.
Not one.
That's a fact.
And as a private attorney, Kelly got rich defending sex predators who posed as youth ministers to sexually assault young girls.
That's the truth.
The bottom line is that Dan Kelly won't keep our community safe.
He's an extremist
who doesn't care about us.
Hey, Dad, look.
Us.
This is the magma chamber.
This isn't us, is it? When did we get so connected to our devices and so disconnected from each other?
She's not answering.
What? And when our phones have turned us into this, LT, what do you do when you're a company that sells them?
We gotta fix this.
It's time to find what we're missing. Join us in taking a break from our devices. Take the phones down for 5 challenge for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes. Feels good. And let's find us again. U.S. Cellular. Built for us.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love.
And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you.
So it's crispy outside, flaky inside.
Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.